You want to give me some names?
Excuse me.
Well, that was the kiss on Grey's Anatomy that started the hottest lesbian relationship on TV. And half of that couple is showing us a sneak peek at what's next for them. Please welcome Jessica Capshaw. You and I were just talking.
I'm so nervous walking out here with all the
but
I mean, I agree with you. There's sort of nothing more funny than public tripping. And it just breaks your heart because you wait for the moment where you see their face and they're okay.
Yeah.
And sadly, sometimes even if they look like they weren't okay, you still laugh.
Especially me, it's terrible. I feel so horrible. I was hysterical, and I feel bad.
It makes you nervous because you're like, I gotta walk up these stairs.
Yeah. Well, I actually.
Television shows where you have to walk up the stairs. Yeah. So I want to talk about you, though. Okay, because you and I have known each other for a while.
Yes.
We should point out that your mother is a wonderful actress, Kate Capshaw, and that your stepfather, as we can see, is Steven Spielberg. And I remember coming to your house when you were about 15.
Yes.
You wanted to be an actress.
Yes.
And your mother had just
Thank God
married.
it worked out.
And it worked out. And your mother, I think, had just recently married Steve. How did that change? How did Steve Spielberg? He says he never tried to help. That he wanted you to go through the whole business of getting the job yourself.
You kind of can't help in a way, but for me it was, my mom was a single mom raising me. We lived in New York for a little bit, and she was an actress. And back then they made movies where they actually were meant to be, located. And so we moved around, and I went to 12 different schools before I was 12. And so when my mom and Steven got married, it was just, you just want your mom to be happy. And I loved him so much, and she loved him so much. And so it was just a little girl getting to have like a real family where all of a sudden we had dinner every night at 5:30. And
Your family too doesn't hurt.
they were good bedtime stories.
Your family is huge. I mean, between your mom and stepdad, there are 10 children, and you are the oldest.
Between my mom, my stepdad, my dad, and my stepmother.
10 kids. And now, what's it like being the oldest of 10 kids?
It's great. I mean, again, I sort of always say about my life, you don't know any different than what you got, right? So I have this sort of huge family. Now that I have a 2.5-year-old, it's kind of crazy because I have a sister who's 5, so it's like they could play together. It's fantastic. I mean, again, I don't know any different, and there's sort of never been a normal to me. I mean, normal is everything. It's like we've got everything in our family. We've got every color, every race, every size. We got everything. So it's been really great. I mean, the good thing about my life is that I don't walk around thinking that anything is strange.
It's your son.
Just
is,
wanted
you
to
said he's
have
2.5.
a
No, my son Jeffrey is 4.
Have a normal
Her kids are toddlers.
Yeah.
What do you have challenges raising a boy? Because
a normal family.
Something else.
He's so fantastic. I've been really lucky every step of the way. He's just been such a joy. He's made my husband and I's life just infinitely better. That first year is tough, right? That first year was the first one you kind of go, what am I doing? I have no idea. And of course, you think it's the first time that this has ever happened to anyone, and you're the first mother in the world. But having a boy thing has actually worked out for me lately because I know that boys are supposed to be harder to potty train. He actually got potty trained too. And what has helped me is that I don't know what I'm going to do if I have a girl because he can go to the bathroom anywhere. Right?
Yeah, it's all for the girl.
He does go anywhere.
The potty plant
Everywhere. Just anywhere.
Because when they go, Mommy got a potty, you got to do it like it's
and you're so proud that they've told you and that they can, and that reflects
well,
on you
now,
sometimes.
children.
You're such a fantastic parent that they are. And so, we go to the public park a lot, and there'll be the moment where it's like, Mama, pee on a tree, and I'm like,
Become an actress now. She's become an actress
and I
herself too.
Shield him. But
Your stepdaughter, you've got this big box. I want to talk about Grey's Anatomy because you play a pediatric surgeon named Dr. Arizona Robbins. The fact that you're a lesbian is neither here nor there, honestly say. How did you get that part?
I just
How
had
did she
Luke
get
and A
that
Grey's Anatomy.
part?
It was my favorite show, and my husband and I had watched it for years. And I just had Luke, and it was about 2 weeks later. My
Well,
agent
she
called and
wanted
said,
to try.
"I would never have called you, but this is your favorite show. Do you want to go in?" And I was like,
Someone knew it was
"Yeah,
her
I do."
favorite show.
So I put on like 10 pairs of Spanx and figured out an outfit that I didn't look like I just had a baby from. And I went in and I read for Shonda Rhimes and the producers there, Rob Corn, and he was directing it. And I auditioned and I got out. I mean, no one had taken care of him. My mom was at home with him. I raced back and they call and say, "You did a great job. Will you come back in tomorrow and read with Patrick Dempsey?" And I was like, "I have to do that again? I can't do that again." So the Spanx came back on. I hauled my cookies over to the other side of town, and I auditioned, and I didn't get it. And that was the Nurse Rose part, which was, I guess, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So then a year later, almost exactly, they called again and said, "No, we really liked you. We come in for this other part." Well, I go in, Spank free, and I still didn't get it. So then they, still didn't get it. So then they said, "But we really, really, really do like you." And I'm like, "Please, like me more." And then they called me about a month later and said, "We've got this part, and this 3-episode arc, and they offered it to you," which was really nice because you don't have to go in there again. And I came on, and the 3 turned into 4, turned into I think 11 last year.
Better too for you.
Yeah, it was.
The
It
timing
was.
was
It was.
better.
Yeah, because
You also played a lesbian on the L Word.
I did.
Why do they keep picking you to
I
play
don't
a
know,
lesbian?
guys. Can you help me? Something about me says lady lover.